What up, dual screens, PAX East 2020, day 4. Woo, I'm exhausted. I'm here with Chris from Batterystaple Games, talking about 30XX. Oh my God, it's here. It's happening.
It's almost here. It's almost here. It's finally public.
It's getting there.
You can see it now. You can play it now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys can't play it now.
So it was a super secret game.
Yeah.
And then you guys revealed it.
2 weeks ago.
Blew my mind.
Thank you. That means
I'm a huge fan of 20XX.
It means the world to me, man.
So what's changed between 20XX and now the future of the franchise?
So the big, like 10,000 foot level view. Obviously, the art style has changed.
How gorgeous that is.
We have a wonderful art team for the sequel. Glauber Kataki, the artist and animator of Chasm, Rogue Legacy, Duelist. He's our art director. He's fantastic. Our environment artist is a guy named Fabian Jastrzemski who lives in Germany. The two of them work together and produce the most beautiful things. So that's the first thing everybody's going to notice, right? The second big one is no more boss theme sharing. So in 20XX, every time you play through the game, you're going to see each level type twice because there's like one of each boss.
Right. Yeah.
30XX, no more of that. That was always kind of a budgetary scope kind of thing with us with the first game. We always wanted to have one unique stage per boss, so this time we do. And this time Ace and Nina have very different power and move sets. Yes. So in 20XX, Ace and Nina play very differently at the beginning because they have the different primary weapons. Ace has a bunch of melee stuff, Nina has a bunch of buster arm stuff. Yeah. But by the time they get to the end game, between all the mobility upgrades they share and all the boss powers they have in common, they end up feeling a little bit more similar. In 30XX, Ace has a brand new technique system. All of his moves are mapped to the controller at the same time. It's not just the 3 buttons. He has a regenerating style meter, so he can sort of freely move or use his moves like very fluidly with the rest of his kit. So they play very differently from start to finish this time. Those are probably the 3 big, really noticeable things. There's obviously a ton of tremendous other stuff, but I know that phone will die eventually if I keep talking.
So walk us through you mentioned some weapon merging system as well.
Yeah.
Really exciting.
Sure, let's dig in.
Yeah.
So there are a couple big things there. So one, Nina does still have her boss powers, but Nina has what we're calling power fusion. So normally, you play 20XX, and this is sort of like getting into design a little bit. You play through 20XX, and once you really get good at the game, you know it, you probably have 2 or 3 powers you really prefer, and you'll pick up those whenever you see them, and you'll kind of ignore the rest. And so there's this sort of weird design space where half the powers aren't getting used at all. And so what we're doing in 30XX is Nina will still have 3, maybe 4 power buttons still up in the air, but she can assign any boss power as a support for another power and combine the 2 together.
Oh boy.
So as an example, the aiming gear power, which is kind of like a slightly more balanced Mega Man 2 Metal Blade, has the keyword aim. So by itself, it throws a gear that you can shoot in 8 directions, right? But if you use aiming gear as a support for the crystal wave, the thing she starts with in the demo, now you can shoot the crystal wave in 8 directions. And so you can take the chief property of any boss power and augment another boss power with it. So she really has 64 unique powers if you look at all the combinations. So there's a lot of room for player expression and creativity and I want to really play around with these and see what works. So that's one thing. 2, Nina's primary weapon pickups are no longer 20XX. You pick up the Forkulator, now you have a triple shot, great. You find the wave beam later, and now you have to choose which one you want to keep. In 30XX, the way we're describing it is it's kind of like Super Metroid beams. All of them stack together, and you can toggle them on or off. So if you pick up the wave beam and then the Forkulator, now you have a triple wave shot. And so all of them stack. And in most runs, you'll probably find about 2 of these things. So you'll see lots of double combinations. But sometimes you're going to have bonkers runs where you get 3 or even 4. Right now, Forkulator and Scatterbeam stack. And Scatterbeam is coded to turn every other projectile into 5 smaller ones. So with Fork and Scatter, you shoot 15 bullets at once. And they all only deal 1 damage because they're there's balance, there's damage multiplier there. But it's pretty crazy. There's a lot to do there. We're really excited about that design space because there's so much there.
And for Ace, I see we have actual physical weapons now.
Right.
Get our hands on.
Right. So Ace's deal now, he has a similar primary system to 20XX. He still finds a weapon, he still trades out his old one. But all of Ace's weapons now come with a special Unleash Blade ability. For most weapons, that's a weapon throw. So the sword is a sword boomerang. The spear, the Tanbakiri, sticks into walls and Ace can jump on them. The kunai actually flips the script, and Ace's basic attack is a medium range throw, but the power attack is a very short range slash. It's a little bit Plasma Blender-ish if you played the first game. And so he still has a bunch of interesting stuff going on with him, but not quite Nina's range of like customizability. Like Nina's whole, when we think about Nina design, we're thinking a lot about player expression, customizability, like a wide variety of options and things to explore there, which is why she has power fusion, it's why she has Buster mod stacking, the whole new core stacking, core point system goes into that, and Ace is all about being kind of a work in progress Swiss Army knife. Since all of his powers are bound to the controller at the same time, after you finish a run with all 8 powers and his Unleashed Blade, you have 9 different moves you can execute, and they're all bound at once, there's no swapping. And so, yeah, those are some of the big differences.
So this is alpha at the moment.
This is very pre-alpha.
Yes.
We just announced 2
actually
weeks ago.
did some level map breaking.
You did.
Steven and I, which was kind of
pre-alpha,
fun.
pre-alpha.
That got you a little bit annoyed. You were like, hey, just
No.
Let's go back around.
It's all fake noise. It's all for show. No, of course.
But when can we expect the game to be out proper?
So, we're almost certainly going to do Steam Early Access. I would say it's a 70% chance that we land in between this coming fall 2020 and spring 2021. I know it's a broad window, but we literally just announced the game.
Yeah.
You never know where that's going to lead. So definitely Steam. We are Steam and consoles, because we know we want to come to consoles, but we haven't finished those discussions yet. We don't know what we're going to come to first. We don't know what that order looks like. We'd obviously love to come to everything, but who knows what's first.
All right, and that's 30XX here at PAX East. Check it out.